Hello and welcome back to another video. So today's video is for mid to end game gear and what you should do in 2026 to get to 10 to 20 bill and 12,000 crown weekly, and I will tell you exactly what to do to get it. First off, there are 7 things you need to do throughout the weeks. First thing is boss shrine, second boss blitz, third guild boss, fourth pit of the undying, fifth dark rift, sixth all 5 dungeon, and 7 the final gladios. So here is what you will get from doing all 7 of these. Let's start with running all your Dark Rift weekly and you'll get around 600 cron, which is pretty nice compared to before where no one's doing it because there's not much of a good reward. But now that it's been revamped, it's a lot better. Plus the Dawn Blackstone, which you'll need it for enhancing your Curza accessory to deck. Next, doing all 5 dungeons give you 500 cron for completing it, and it only takes about an hour if the player know what they're doing, and you'll be making about 2 bill per hour with 500 cron, which is pretty decent. Okay, so now you should be doing Pit of the Undying because it has been changed to weekly instead of daily, so you only need to do it once per week, and it have been a lot more easier than before. So try to do tier 5 pen, which will give you more seal. So for completing tier 5 you'll get about 500 seals, which give you 50 cron per week, and it only take about 10 minutes or so, so not too bad. Okay, moving on. Garvma. You should be doing Garvma every day now that the world boss spawn time have changed and Garvma is spawning more. If you look at the world boss spawn time in garvma.com, you will see that it spawns 2 times per day, 14 times per week, which you will get around 42 cron from just doing Garvma. Plus the good thing is that if you are lucky, you will get a Garvma heart or the Garvma bloodstone, which you will need 10 of these and then hand it over to NPC Kukao at Garvma Nest for a free Garvma heart once per family. Anyway, all of these will add up to 12,000 cron per week, so that's how you get 12,000 cron. And I will do a quick recap at the end of the video to make sure you know what you need to do to get all of these. Okay, next is how to get to 10 to 20 bill per week, and that is kind of dependent on your gear and where you grind, but try to grind somewhere where you get about 1.3 to 1.8 bill per hour. And if you don't know where to grind, let's take a look at this photo I got from garvma.com. Here you can grind anywhere from Thornwoods to Ash Forest Thinkia 2 per hour, and just do that once per day. For 5 days, you'll get about 6.5 to 8 bills a week, and then just go about your day and come back again the next day and repeat. After that, try to finish your boss shrine either by doing it with your guild, or you can find players to do it with by going into the Find Party Search tab. There is always someone looking for more players to help with boss shrine. So by doing your boss shrine, you will get about 2.5 from just gold bar and around 7 to 9 double depending on market price, because it always change. But if you sell them, you will get around 7 to 8 bill. But if you enhance it to Pride or Dual and sell it, you'll probably get more profit by doing it. Also, you will get each boss token to exchange for 5 cron. And then after that, you will need to do your solo boss blitz. The 2 easy ones that I recommend you to do are Golden Pig King Calamity 8 to 10 and Saigon Calamity 8 to 10. And if you have the AP, you can do Bamboo Legion and Apex for better loot. And for gumiho, it's a bit harder because of the mechanic, so I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you want to. And from doing solo boss splits, you will get around 1 bill of gold bar and around 50 to 60 incense of dawn, which make tons of silver if you sell it to the central market, and you'll be making around 5.4 bill and a couple of tiers in crystal, which is not too preferable, and if you are lucky you'll get 1 or 2 double for 1 or 2 bill. And then doing guild boss with your guild, you will get around 1.1 bill of gold bar, and it only take about an hour. After that, doing the final gladios, now that PA have made some changes, it's a lot more easier, and you can just take about 10 to 15 or maybe 20 minutes depending on how fast you finish it, and you will get easy double depending on what you get, maybe pride, dual, or just base, but you will get easy 1 to 2 bill, and if you are lucky you will get a rich merchant ring piece or a compass piece, which is pretty nice, but it's at a set probability. And last thing for you to do is, if you are like me, I'm only doing Land of the Morning Light bosses when it spawn because I needed a token for the Primordial to make a certain weapon for my alt, and by doing that, weekly I get around 8 mil to 1 bill gold bar only, which is pretty nice. In total for this week, I get about 30 bill, more or less, depending on what I do and didn't do. Okay, now let's do the recap on what you need to do to get 12,000 cron and 10 to 20 bill a week. Okay, so if you do Dark Rift, you'll get 600 cron, Dungeon 500 cron, Pit of the Undying 50 cron, Grovma 2 to 3 crons per day. For 5 days you'll get around 42 cron. Boss Shrine you'll get 5 cron. In total will be 12,000 cron. Next, grind. Grinding will depend on where you grind. Since you are a mid to end game gear, I assume that you will get around 1.6 bill per hour and 8 bill per week. Guild boss, 1.1 bill of gold bar. Boss splits, 1 bill of gold bar and 5.4 bill of Incense of Dawns and maybe 1 or 2 double, so around 1 bill. Boss Shrine, 2.5 bill of gold bar, plus let's say you get around 8 double, so that's around 8 bill. Dungeon, 2 bill. And final gladios will be 1 bill, so total will be 30 bills per week. And all of these depending on what you do or didn't do. So I hope this video helped you, and have a great day.